Hello and good morning. This is gonna be like a double video because I missed making yesterday's astrology and tarot reading, so we're gonna make that up in today's video. If you like my videos, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and I appreciate you. I'd also like to call upon my ancestor guides, my spirit team, and my angel guides to guide me as I relay messages for the collective all, for the highest good of all. Thank you, and so it be. Let's get on with this. Today's Saturday. Hope you all are having a safe weekend. Hope you all are doing well. All right. Okay. So far we have the Ace of Cups, which this is speaking of our emotions. This is also talking about spirit is offering us something to guide us on this emotion, or to help offer us a new perspective on this emotion, or even just something that is going to help you with this emotion, this cup. And then we also have the Seven of Swords, which this is talking about like you're reflecting, your this is like assessment, motives, like what are your motives here, like carrying all these thoughts, because swords represents your mind. It also represents the air. This is like, are you keeping things hidden? Are you not being fully honest with your thoughts, your ideas, with your mentality, with something that's going on in your head, something that's going on in your thought processes that looks like you're being a little maybe selfish with your thoughts or ideas? Are you not wanting to share your ideas with others? We also have the Judgment card, which this is going to, whatever you've been doing, you're going to, it's time to reap what we sow. It's time to take on the consequences for the actions that we've been taking part in. This is the Moon card, which is also talking about deception, things that are betrayal, things that are secretive, hidden in the shadows. This is also like Cancer energy. We got a lot of water going on in here, and swords also representing air. So this could be talking about air signs and water signs. There's an exchange of emotions that is about to happen. The Two of Cups. Two is also representing duality and balance. And a choice could also be representing choices. More cups. This is the the Five of Cups. Five also represents conflict, instability, loss, opportunity for change. So I feel like whatever has been going on, there's like secret things being talked about, secret emotions, secret things being exchanged between individuals. But all of this is about to come ahead with the Judgment card. Like, whatever you're doing is about to, let's see what it's going to do. Oof, 7. Once again, reflecting on our emotions right here. Where we're looking at all these things that bring us some kind of cup, some kind of emotional, like, it's almost like it's time to decide on what thing that is like influencing your heart, influencing your emotions, it's time to choose something. And it's something only you can, like, nobody else can help you make this choice, even if you think other people who are involved with whatever that you're doing, like, initially you're the one who's going to have to make the decision, which is, I feel like, why Spirit is here trying to guide you on this emotional cup, trying to help you, because you're going to have to eventually reap what you sow. Whatever you're hiding, whatever secrets you're not wanting to share, this choice or this exchange of emotions could possibly lead you to some conflict that's going to make you have to reflect on these choices, these options. I hope you enjoyed that. I want to disconnect. Thank you so much for those messages. Let's move on to the astrology reading. Okay, right to it. October 7th. Just change it. Okay, October 7th. The day of defiance. Ooh, Libra 2. Okay, those born on October 7 have a strongly rebellious streak which surfaces sooner or later in their lives. Those born on this day are strongly convinced of their own belief system, which more often than not is in a direct conflict with the mores of the society or in which they see it. Consequently, they often seek to attain a commanding position, giving them the authority to effect such changes. Those born on this day are in fact rarely ambitious for personal reasons, but rather want to acquire power to further their social ideas. The critical nature of October 7 people, being against anti-protecting, is not, or anti-protesting. It is not always living at the center of their personal drama. However, in a short time, their piercing and insightful views become apparent. Usually they do not mince words on any subject, saying straight out of what they think, but often with a large dose of humor and some degree of tact. They have a good sight into the workings of the human mind and therefore quickly size up the personal psychology of the individual they are dealing with at any given moment. Most often, those born on this day do not waste time trying to legitimize their behavior but simply go ahead and act as they see most appropriate. October 7 people then are very strong-minded. Problems can arise when those born on this day become part of an organization, though the group may in general embody the ideas they themselves support. October 7 people must, nonetheless, define the role they must play within the organization. As their own principles and politics can be in process of evolution, questions concerning leadership, cooperation, and loyalty can become quite pressing concerns. Another conflict in the October 7 character is between moral and immoral behavior. Those born on this day are not immoral people. For when they sin, they usually do not with a full sense of what they are doing, but in their own world of changing mores. They have not always have a firm idea of what themselves consider wrong and right. Therefore, they must avoid glorifying their rebelliousness while condemning those who uphold the status quo, as they may come to better understand the other side's point of view at a later date. October 7 people may well say they only wish to be left alone, yet as solitary as they are themselves and perhaps wish to be, their fate seems to be thrown in again and again with their fellow human beings. But because they are often considered mavericks by others, they may be unfairly excluded by the more conventional in society. Therefore, those born on this day must try to broaden their base of social contact by actively seeking out not only those whom they respect, but also with those whom they can share a warmth and intimacy. Those born on the 7th day of the month are ruled by the number 7 and by the watery planet Neptune. Because Neptune rules visions, dreams, and psychic phenomena, October 7 people are prone to these unstable influences. Combined with Venusian energy, Venus rules Libra, Neptunian tendencies can make October people magnetic, but also impressionable and possibly a bit out of touch with reality. Therefore, those born on this day should be wary of most psychic and occult activities. Those ruled by the number 7 typically enjoy change and travel. This complements the October 7 desire to realize fantasy. The 7th card of the major arcana is the Chariot, which depicts the triumphant man moving through the world, manifesting his physical presence in a dynamic way. The card may be interpreted to mean that no matter how narrow or precarious the correct path, one must continue on. The good side of this card posts success, talent, and efficiency. The bad side suggests dictatorial attitude and a poor sense of direction. Your health. Those born on October 7 may have difficulty functioning well day to day over the long haul. This can be due to the frustration or hidden anger that can ultimately produce anxiety and depression. October 7 people must be particularly careful of feeling threatened and lashing out in preventative strike, a kind of get them before they get me attitude. Stable patterns of diet and sleep, of course, can have a calming effect and should be given top priority. October 7 people should also avoid overly yang or yin foods, example, red meat on the one hand and sugar on the other. Moderate physical exercise is moderate physical exercise is recommended. Deal with the authority problems. Improving your relationship with your parents. Be more trusting of those who merit your trust. Stick up for yourself. Don't be a football. On the other hand, keep your rebelliousness under control. Balance is key. Your meditation. Like a baby, the conscious mind must sometimes be put to sleep during waking hours. Ooh, I'll say it again. Like a baby, the conscious mind must sometimes be put to sleep during waking hours. Your strengths are committed, idealistic, charming, and your weaknesses are troubled, unrealistic, and isolated. On to October 8th. This is today. Happy birthday, those. The day of high romance. Ooh. I like romance. For those born on October 8th, life is a fabulous romantic adventure. They will give all the love, elevating it to a high plane, or they will have none of it. But it is not only the area of love to which their romantic feelings apply. Their souls can soar from the wonders of nature to the mysteries of outer space, from the movements of the sea to the rotation of the planets themselves. Those born on this day often have well-developed intellects also, and are particularly sharp in their perceptions of human psychology. Yet many October 8 people have little insight into their own personality as they see it. They are simply attending to business efficiently acting on what they have to do, while others stare in open-minded amazement at their unusual antics. Within their family or social group, those born on this day are usually free spirits. For this reason, their common sense and judgment are not always trusted, particularly by those who think of themselves as highly practical. Yet, October 8 people are good with money, able to run a family, responsible and conscious in discharging their obligations, up to a point. For always the danger is present that they will be swept away to other worlds, sailing off into the beyond. Their experimental attitude of life recognizes few limitations and boundaries, and therefore they can get caught up in sheer sensationalism and a thirst for excitement. It is not surprising that October people can get themselves into all kinds of trouble, particularly in the emotional sphere. Their relationships are not only complex but also occasionally hazardous. They have a habit of getting involved with a manner of strange and sometimes questionable characters, but also, paradoxically, with people who are too nice and prove to be not at all right for them. Their interest in unusual people and fateful, even bizarre circumstances makes them prey for those who attempt to use them for selfish purposes. Oh my gosh, why do I feel so connected to this October 8 personality? That's for sure. I feel like I just read a large part of myself. This is not my day. Yet somehow, these brilliant October 8 butterflies always manage to escape their would-be captors and fly to yet another beautiful flower. They are deeply affected by their experiences, particularly feeling the grief and pain caused by separation from a loved one. But they are also indestructible, perhaps because of their ability to key in to the essence of things, to confront or be forced to confront them and emerge a wiser person. Those born on this day may read and think a great deal and often do, but ultimately their wisdom is derived from their experience, which they value more highly than anything else. October 8 people must never lose a sense of their origins. There is a definite danger of power tripping attendant to this day, of either being carried away by authority or being tempted to climb social ladders that only lead to unhappiness. The happiness and stability of October 8 people is directly proportional to their ability to remain centered in their true self. Whatever dragons or monsters they encounter will have to be overcome, or perhaps transformed into companions and guides. Ooh, wow. I don't know why that has me so emotional, that whole read. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 8th of the month are ruled by the number 8 and by the planet Saturn. Since Saturn carries a strong feeling of responsibility and an accompanying tendency toward caution, limitation, and fatalism, the combined influence of this planet and Venus, Libra's ruler, can trigger an October 8 person's darker, more depressed, and discontented feelings toward relationships. Those ruled by the number 8 generally build their lives and careers slowly and carefully. Although they are most often quite warm-hearted, those ruled by the number 8 can present a cool and detached exterior. Sometimes a Saturn-Venus connection can indicate childhood difficulties with the parent of the opposite sex. The 8th card of the Major Arcana is Strength or Courage, which depicts a graceful queen taming a furious lion. The queen symbolizes the female magician who can master rebellious energies and stand for moral as well as physical strength. This card's opposite attributes includes charisma and determination to succeed. The negative qualities include complacency and the misuse of power. Your health. Those born on the October 8 will have so many problems with their physical health as with their psychological health, particularly in relation to their emotional experiences. They are particularly prone to depression and find it difficult to deal with grief, either attempting to ignore it or conversely allowing it to dominate their life. Oh my God. October 8 people are extremely complex emotionally and therefore may find that psychological counseling can be helpful in keeping them on track. Aesthetic forms of physical exercise, particularly dancing, are recommended for October 8 people. Those born on this day must not put too much faith in extreme or unusual diets and instead should ground themselves with earthy foods such as grains, bread, stews, and root vegetables. Advice: keep to your path and more steadily forward. Learn to deal with distractions. Don't get sidetracked. Use your wisdom to help yourself as well as others. Experiences are not only to be lived but learned from as well. Beware of getting stuck. Meditation. Astrology is the psychology of the universe. I'm going to say that again. Astrology is the psychology of the universe. Your strengths are imaginative, romantic, and capable, and your weaknesses are flighty, emotionally labile, and power absorbed. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I love you and I hope you have a good day. Happy birthday, October 7 and 8 people.